Hey everyone, and welcome to Hashtag Monday Misery. Let's do a little refresher, a little personal branding 101. Happy Monday! Woo! That's my example. I hope that helps. When we look at our workplace now, we are inundated with paradox. Entry-level jobs require 5 years experience. Stress and busyness are seen as a badge of honor. I don't mean to talk about myself so much, I just really like it.
Well, you don't need much introduction for that, but I have to say, if you're an entrepreneur or you're someone that's constantly, as an entrepreneur, rebranding yourself, you are always, just like she said, like, what am I thinking? What should I be doing? And it's seen as badges of honor to be stressed. Thank you so much, Toni van Eeden, for joining us.
Welcome,
I love the video. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so you are the CEO, you're in charge of your own company of the RedBrick Rooster.
Yes.
So how did that all come about?
So I actually currently co-own it with my partner, who's an amazing graphic designer who actually made that bumper for Hashtag Monday Misery. But I started this business a little over a year ago. I was frustrated with the workplace. I felt like I had all this energy and passion and I didn't know what to do with it. And I knew I wanted to be a leader, but there's this sort of 5-year path. So I was impatient and excited. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try my own thing. Like I'm young enough and I don't, like there's no reason, there's no excuse. So I started actually building a company around content strategy for small business to help them have a stronger social media presence.
Smart.
But as I was going through the branding process, I was like, no, this is what I like to do. Like, this is what I'm good at. I need to do this, incorporate it with content building for social media, but it all boils down to who you are.
Yeah.
So I wanted to help other entrepreneurs on that journey of figuring out who they are and how they can contribute to their communities.
Okay, so when you are branding somebody or rebranding, what do you think is the most important part? Because it seems like social media, obviously, the whole world is living on it, right?
Yeah.
So is that where we should be spending most of our time, social media, or maybe even like the more primitive ways of doing it, newspapers or stuff like that? I mean, how do you get your word out?
So I am in the camp of belief that you build your brand one relationship at a time, and that can happen offline as much as online. I think the number one important thing for branding is self-awareness. You have to know yourself really, really well, and you have to understand like what is an organic way that you can build a relationship with social media. I think a lot of people feel like I have to post all the time and I have to hashtag and I don't even know what a hashtag is, so I'm just spewing things out there.
And social media is not social, so when you're
and
somewhere
it's not
and everybody's
social,
doing
you're
this,
so alone. So
Yeah.
part of what I do in my coaching is I actually help form a more organic relationship with social media to say, okay, what can you use it for? What value can you get out of it before you even think about what value you can put out there?
Yeah, that makes sense, because the social media is not just what you have to say. For me, it's an interaction. I don't know it all, even though I call myself Mom in the Know, but it's the idea that it's everybody that is part of who Mom in the Know is, and it's sharing information.
Exactly, and suddenly it just broadens your community, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just the people you know, but it's these online niche communities that you can tap into.
And it's good to have a person like you on board, because clearly you are up to date with stuff, and social media seems to change hourly.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like people,
it's very
I mean,
fickle.
I still have a MySpace account, you know?
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah.
I'm very proud of you. Still going strong.
Hold on,
you
make
know?
sure you make that payment.
Yeah, but I mean, it changes by the day, right? So it's good to have someone like you on board who can say, okay, this might have been cool last week, this might have been effective, but look at this new thing.
And you know what? That's why I always advocate for aligning your social media persona with who you are on the inside, because who you are evolves every day too, right? Depending on your experiences, your mood, your stress levels, you're also, you know, have an ebb and flow. And so if you just represent authentically online, people are going to accept that there's an ebb and flow. They won't expect you to be this social media machine that's always on it and always available. So yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. So you are a lot of places. You're at, tell us a bit about the Misery Mondays. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I love it because that clip was just like, whoa, I might be there on Mondays.
Yeah.
It's like that Sunday night before you have to go back to school.
Yeah, it's the
and
worst feeling.
That is exactly. And you
Yeah.
know what?
I'm
One
prepared.
thing that
Yeah.
I decided to do when I started my own business was I said, you know what? I'm not going to adhere to the 9 to 5. First of all, I'm going to challenge it. I'm going to say, you know what? I don't have to work this many hours. I'm going to redefine productivity for myself. So sometimes that means working on a Sunday. Sometimes that means spending a Monday going for a walk so that my head is clear enough to do something like hashtag Monday Misery. And it was also a bit of a poke at the very well-used hashtag Monday motivation, this idea that you have to like rally to start your work. And I'm like, why does going to work have to be this rallying thing? Like, why can't we love it? Why can't
Yeah.
we enjoy the misery of it?
Yeah.
Like, let's all just be like, Monday, okay. So I
Yeah.
thought, you know what, I'm gonna make hashtag Monday Misery. Let's all be miserable together. Let's talk about branding. Let's talk
Yeah.
about, you know, what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And yeah, so it actually just started as a Facebook experiment. I did about 13 episodes just on Facebook, including a live one from Disney World, which was really fun.
Oh, wow.
Drinking margaritas.
Rough.
Yeah,
Very,
that's a Misery Monday.
rough assignment.
Whoa.
Very rough. And it just was very successful, and people were just engaging with it in really like beautiful ways.
Which is why you like being on social media.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
engaging. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
totally
yeah,
is.
so now we launched a YouTube channel for it and sort of upped the whole production of it.
And then Mo Mondays, you're going to be appearing as well?
Yes, so I'm actually going to be speaking at Mo Mondays on Monday, which is a monthly event where entrepreneurs and sort of interesting people who fall in sort of interesting spaces in the world tell their stories. And how they overcame certain adversity. So I'm actually going to be speaking about how I had my worst mental health challenge while building a business, and how the two actually really helped each other at the end of the day.
Wow.
So
It's inspiring.
I was just going to say that's inspiring for a lot of people because a lot of people see these success stories as like, wow, that's really easy. I wish I could do that, but I can't. So
yeah, and I'm kind of still in the process. Like I'm not a success story. I'm in the process of it, and so I really wanted to talk about what it's like being in the process of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we spend enough time on that piece of the story.
Well, you
Yeah.
come across as a success story.
Yes.
Well,
So
thank
that's
you.
good. See, she knows what she's doing because
Exactly.
she's branding herself
And we're going to be in
perfectly.
touch to find out exactly. Now that you're off your fine spaces. Oh my gosh.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace.
Oh yeah. See, I never was on it.
Thank you very much, Toni van Eeden.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Good to
Thank
see you.
you.
My goodness. Okay. Well, you got to take that piece of advice and go with it. But don't go away. You are going to meet an amazing woman, Chantal Murphy, who has just got the best out of Liquid Gym.